Look at two people who are the same age. One stands tall, moves freely, and needs no support. The other hunches forward, grips a walker, and struggles to rise from a chair. The difference between them is almost never about genetics. It is almost always about what they do when they are sitting down. Today I am going to reveal exactly what elderly people with straight, strong spines consistently do, in a chair every single day, backed by research, and show you how to copy those habits starting tonight. The statistics on this topic are striking. Between 65 and 85% of adults over 65 experience musculoskeletal pain, with lower back pain accounting for 36 to 70% of those cases. Lumbar spinal stenosis, one of the most common structural causes of back pain in older adults, affects around 21% of people over the age of 60. A study published in 2026 found that the prevalence of chronic lower back pain among sedentary older adults was 21.7%, more than double the 9.6% rate seen in non-sedentary peers. Sitting itself is not the problem. The problem is what you fail to do while sitting. Falls are the second leading cause of death in older adults, and approximately 1/3 of adults over 65 fall at least once per year. A risk that is directly linked to weakened spinal and lower limb muscles. A chair-based routine addresses all of these risks at once. The 4 movements that straight-backed older adults practice daily are not complicated. They require a stable chair, about 15 minutes, and nothing else. The first movement is the pelvic tilt. This is the single most important thing on this list. When most people sink into a chair, the pelvis rolls backward. The lower back rounds, and the deep stabilizing muscles of the spine, the multifidus and transversus abdominis, switch off completely. Research has confirmed that pelvic tilting exercises activate these deep core stabilizers and meaningfully reduce the load placed on lumbar discs. To perform this movement, sit with your hips pushed all the way back in the seat and both feet flat on the floor at hip width. Gently draw your navel inward and tilt the front of your pelvis slightly downward and forward until you feel a natural arch form in your lower back. Hold for 5 seconds, then gently reverse the tilt to flatten your lower back and return. Repeat this back and forth motion 10 times. The range of motion should be small and controlled. A tiny, precise movement recruits the deep muscles far more effectively than a large exaggerated one. The second movement is the seated thoracic extension stretch. The reason backs round with age is that the thoracic spine, the middle section of the back, gradually stiffens and loses its ability to extend. When it locks up, the lumbar spine compensates, and that compensation leads to chronic lower back strain. Multiple randomized controlled trials have found that targeted spinal extension exercises significantly reduce measurable kyphosis in older adults compared to control groups. To perform this movement, slide slightly toward the back of your chair so that the top edge of the backrest contacts the area just below your shoulder blades. Place your hands lightly behind your head and slowly lean back over the backrest, allowing your thoracic spine to gently open and extend while your gaze moves toward the ceiling. Hold for 3 to 5 seconds, then slowly return upright. Repeat 8 to 10 times. If you feel any pain in the neck or lower back, reduce the range of motion or stop. The third movement is the seated hip flexor stretch. The psoas muscle, a deep muscle connecting the lumbar vertebrae to the top of the femur, is the hidden villain behind a large proportion of lower back pain. In people who sit for extended periods, when the psoas tightens, it pulls the pelvis forward, creates excessive spinal curvature, and compresses the lumbar discs. Research has shown that tight hip flexors directly impair the function of core stabilizing muscles and significantly increase the risk of falls. To stretch this muscle from a chair, sit at the front edge of the seat. Keep your left foot flat on the floor, and extend your right leg backward until your right toes rest on the floor behind you. Keep your spine upright and allow the front of your right hip to gently pull and open. Hold for 20 to 30 seconds on each side. In the first few days this may feel quite intense, but most people notice a meaningful improvement in flexibility within 7 days of consistent practice. The fourth movement is seated heel raises combined with knee lifts. Lift both heels off the floor simultaneously. While contracting your calf muscles firmly, hold for 10 seconds, then lower. Repeat 10 times. The calf muscles act as the second heart of the body, pumping blood back up from the lower limbs, and preventing the swelling and circulatory stagnation that comes from prolonged sitting. Follow this with alternating knee lifts. Draw one knee up toward your chest as high as comfortable. Hold for 5 seconds, lower, and repeat on the opposite side. For 10 repetitions each. Research on chair-based exercise for older adults has confirmed that seated lower body strengthening and balance training of this kind effectively reduces fall risk and maintains daily functional ability. All 4 movements take between 10 and 15 minutes. Performing them twice a day, once after breakfast, and once in the early evening, is ideal. Build toward this gradually over your first week. On day 1, practice only the pelvic tilt. On day 2, add the thoracic extension. On day 3, add the hip flexor stretch. On day 4, complete all 4 movements together for the first time. From day 5 onward, aim for 2 sessions per day. But always warm up your body with 5 minutes of light movement before starting, since cold muscles are more prone to strain. There are important safety rules to follow. If you experience any sharp or shooting nerve pain down your leg during any movement, stop immediately and consult a specialist before continuing, since this could indicate a disc or nerve issue that requires professional assessment. If you have high blood pressure or a cardiovascular condition, never hold your breath while exerting effort. Breathe continuously throughout every movement. Always use a chair that has no wheels and sits on a non-slip surface. If you have been diagnosed with osteoporosis, perform the thoracic extension movement with a very small and gentle range of motion only. Support this routine with the right nutrition. Adults over 65 need between 1.0 and 1.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight daily to maintain the muscles that protect the spine. Eggs, tofu, fish, and chicken are excellent sources. Drink at least 1.5 liters of water daily, because spinal discs absorb water throughout the day and become compressed and less shock absorbent when the body is dehydrated. Get 15 to 20 minutes of natural sunlight each day to support vitamin D production, which is essential for calcium absorption and bone density. A straight back in old age is not an accident or a lucky inheritance. It is the result of small, consistent daily habits practiced inside ordinary moments. Moments like sitting in a chair. Those 15 minutes every day are an investment in independence, freedom from pain, and the ability to move through life without fear of falling. It is never too late to begin. If this video helped you, please like it, share it with someone who needs it, and subscribe, so you never miss a new health video. See you in the next one.